almost no one talking about a huge NBA story. LeBron James could leave the Lakers to play with Bronny. My last year will be played with my son. Wherever Bronny's at, that's where I'll be. I would do whatever it takes to play with my son for 1 year. People say he'll never leave LA, but imagine how excited we're all gonna be on draft night just waiting to see who takes Bronny. And the Lakers are making it real easy for LeBron to say goodbye. Dude hates his own coach. That is obvious. Darvin Ham keeps playing weird lineups like starting Taurean Prince every game, but the owner Jeannie Buss refuses to move on. I mean, Giannis wants Adrian Griffin fired. He's gone the next day. LeBron doesn't have that power anymore, apparently. And the roster is 24-24. 2 wins better than this time last year with Russell Westbrook and LeBron and AD are healthy. So when LeBron extended his contract, he gave himself an out this summer. He can decide, this ain't working, I'm playing with Bronny. So what can the Lakers do to save their season? Well, unfortunately, the rumors are bad. The Athletic says DeJounte Murray remains the Lakers' top priority in the trade market, according to multiple team and league sources. That's bad because of the 2 other options LA has on the table. We will discuss those and where LeBron could go next, but they tried to get DeJounte already. LA officially offered DeJounte Murray for D'Angelo Russell, Jalen Hood-Schifino, the 2029 first and 2030 swap. Hey, the Hawks said they wanted 2 first-round picks, but said no. Why? Because they don't want D'Lo. He's got a player option at the end of this year for $18.6 million. Atlanta doesn't want to be on the hook, so they demand either Austin Reeves or a 3rd team to take D'Lo. So far, nothing has happened, but this deal is so close to getting done. The problem is what the Lakers could do instead. But first, today's video sponsor is Underdog Fantasy, and I am especially loving Underdog right now in January and February basketball. We need a little spice in our life whenever guys aren't dropping 70. But hope you pick one of those 70-point scores on Pick'em, where you pick higher or lower and you can up to 20 extra money in a single night. Plus, Underdog is airdropping $1 million in giveaways on Super Bowl Sunday, so get your account verified and check it throughout the day to see if you won. So, I want to show you what my 2 picks are for tonight. First pick is Paul George. Rebounds and assists were going higher. Washington gives up by far the most rebounds and assists in the NBA. And then Wendell Carter, we're gonna go over for his rebounds. He has gone over this number 5 of the last 6. And best of luck if you take those picks. But check out this map to see if Underdog is available in your area. And when you sign up, please use the promo code AMHOOPS because it'll double your deposit up to $100 and it really, really helps out the channel. That is promo code AMHOOPS. There are multiple options that put them in a better place to contend, but DeJounte is the only former All-Star on the market. The Hawks are guaranteed to get rid of him because things are toxic. Atlanta got him to pair with Trae Young, but it's been a disaster. Not only have they not gelled on offense, but Murray left his defense in San Antonio. The team looks miserable on the court, and DeJounte's private DMs confirm that. First, he responded to fans who ripped his defense, saying they are lame as F. Then, this DM got leaked. Come watch practice and see a team that plays together. Then watch games and see another team. Told one thing in practice, and when the real games start, it's a totally different game. Come see how long I actually get to make decisions as a playmaker. Ask every player on this team this year and last year, are they happy? Oh, that sounds like some Trae Young problems. And look, I'm not trying to be a hater, but I mean, you know, he's saying use one way in practice, different way in games, doesn't get to be a playmaker, ask other people if they're happy. I mean, it's just, we've heard this before, but this isn't even about Trae. Obviously, DeJounte wants to run the show. Does he even watch the Lakers? I mean, LeBron makes so many decisions on that team. Austin Reeves handles the ball a ton, but his real issue is defense. DeJounte has a reputation as a lockdown defender. He hadn't been that in 2 years. Look at how great he used to be in San Antonio. The youngest player in history to make All-NBA defense. But in Atlanta, he's got problems with screens. Here, Donovan Mitchell easily creates a 2-on-1. Same thing against the Warriors, no problem. One-on-one, Malachi Flynn beats him off the dribble. He gets lost trying to guard Spider Mitchell. Now you might say, oh, he'll improve in LA. We don't know that. So it would be a mistake for them to trade for DeJounte Murray. But there are two better options, and both send out D'Angelo Russell. I know he has been a good player recently, but he is in trade talks because the Lakers know who he really is. The last 7 games, D'Lo has 21 points and 6 assists, 52% from 3. He was even seen crying on the bench because he loves being a Laker. But the problem is he is a different guy in the playoffs. It's been this way his whole career. In the regular season, 18.6 assists, 43% from the field, 37% from 3. That tanks in the postseason. It was so bad in Minnesota, the Wolves had to bench him in their biggest moment of the year, taking horrible shots, got hunted on defense, had multiple turnovers in the 4th quarter, so his backup played in crunch time instead. Same thing happened last year. He was unplayable against the Nuggets. Some guys get better in the playoffs, some guys get worse. D'Lo has shown us who he is. So sell high on D'Angelo Russell for the 2 other options. And the first is to trade for role players. I mean, some amazing names are out there. Bruce Brown, Alex Caruso, Dorian Finney-Smith, Royce O'Neal. How great would the Lakers be with 2 of them instead of DeJounte Murray? I mean, think about the blueprint to win the 2020 title. Surround LeBron and AD with a 3-and-D rotation. But how can they actually get this done? Well, the Raptors put the price for Bruce Brown at 1 pick and a young player. Alex Caruso? The Bulls want 2 first-round picks. So instead of DeJounte, the Lakers get Bruce Brown for D'Angelo Russell, Max Christie, and a 2028 swap. That's control of 1 first-round pick. Then they get Caruso for Gabe Vincent, the 2029 first, and the 2030 swap. Control of 2 of the Laker picks. Now, a swap isn't a first-round pick technically, but it's a bet that the Lakers will be bad after LeBron and AD. And look, if that doesn't work, they still have 2 other swaps and 4 second-round picks to put in any deal. They can get this done. If they have to go cheap, they can get one of those really good guys, and Royce O'Neal can be had as a cheaper option. But the third option is to trade 0 picks at the deadline. If they do that, LA will have 3 firsts to trade this offseason. Once the Pelicans' protections are lifted, it frees up draft capital. Then LA has tons of assets to make a huge trade this offseason. The key is who becomes available this offseason. I would look at Trae Young, Donovan Mitchell, or Darius Garland because the Cavs have played so well with just one of them. And rumors say Jimmy Butler could be available. The only way to get in those talks is to wait for the offseason. But if things go south and LeBron wants to play with Bronny, where does he go? Well, maybe this is the Sixers' master plan. They could draft Bronny and they have a ton of cap space available to sign LeBron. Or maybe the Cavaliers want another reunion and it's enough talent to put their young roster over the top. Maybe the Warriors, if LeBron would opt into his final year and they deal some young guys and picks. But it's the biggest story in the NBA and the Lakers can squash it all with the right trade. But speaking of plan Bs, the Warriors are basically out of options. I mean, plan A was a trade to save the season. Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby off the board. But I'm surprised no one is talking about the other crazy plan to save Steph Curry.